Good evening, both.
Very good evening. How are you? So happy to see you again.
Great.
Always
Very
a
happy.
pleasure to meet you. Whenever I see you, like I feel so charged.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
honored.
know
I'm honored. Same here, Mr. Mustaq.
what energy is that between us, which flows. I feel very eager. Whenever there is a session which is completed, like when I can come back to you, sit with you, talk to you.
Great.
I'll just.
This is one of the reasons I've chosen this profession.
Yeah.
It gives me, a lot of energy, a lot of motivation. When I'm able to help people, give some kind of contribution, impact people's life, whichever way it is. If I can help them, it gives me kind of, I'm helping myself.
Very.
I'm learning and developing myself.
Yeah, there's a warm understanding. There's a very warm understanding
Yeah.
in this whole thing,
Okay, so I would request you to recap.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
What
All
we
these
did in the
ECodes
last
and
session.
ECodes, yes.
Yeah.
ECodes are very protective in nature, and they were holding me of what I wanted to do, what I
Right.
wanted to aspire.
Right.
ECodes are more, drive me and ask me to perform, get better, and unleash me.
Yes.
All those
Great.
wonderful things.
So, did you had a chance to review your ECodes again? And
I did.
Did you felt that you need to rewrite them in
Yeah,
your own?
yeah. One of them, for example, is the E-code was like, I am a very peaceful person. I want to be good. I said, okay, I am peaceful, but at the same time, I would like to spread peace around me
Yes.
Right.
and spread the goodness along with me.
True.
So it's not only about me being good; it's also about helping others to be good. So
Right.
that I rewrote that E-code just like that.
Okay, great.
That really sounds good.
Would you like to share those ECodes with? Actually, I want you to read it to us.
Okay. The E-code, as I told you, I want to create and spread the peace and goodness around me. That's
Okay.
one of those things.
Okay.
The second one is I'm going to be beyond the limitations of my parents. Was like I'm going to excel, in terms of my performance in front of my parents.
Good.
And I'm noticing my inner feelings is I'm realizing and self-elevating out of my feelings.
Okay, very
So
nice.
it just comes out like, every time I think about it, whatever the E-code that hold me, I'm just pushing the barrier and, hitting the glass ceiling.
Right.
So that's how it is.
Exactly. So again, as I briefly mentioned, is yes, you cannot completely get rid of your ECodes, but you have to remind yourself of your ECodes
Yes.
and how quickly you can come back
Yeah.
or bounce back from your ECodes. And when you keep reminding to yourself, read it as often as possible. If you like, put it onto your notice board, into your bedroom or into your office desk where you read it over and over. You see, once you keep repeating this for yourself, your brain starts to believe in that.
Yes.
Okay, so you need to repeat it whenever you can. Read it, repeat it, keep telling it to yourself, and this should be your new code of life, I would say. Whenever you think of your ECodes. And when we say 6 ECodes, is basically to kind of have a compact codes which you can remember and remind yourself easily. If I give you remember 100 codes, maybe you'll not be able to do that. But that does not mean you have to limit yourself. You can keep adding codes, you can keep changing codes, as long as they give you some kind of push, some kind of energy, because ultimately they are your ECodes. Okay? So
Yes.
though we say 6 ECodes, that does not mean you have to limit yourself to 6 only. You can keep extending the list. Whatever you feel like, keep adding it to your list and keep repeating it to yourself morning, evening, whenever you can, to make sure that they become your E-code. They become your code of life kind of thing, all the time. Okay. So, with your permission, should we move to the next
Yes.
exciting part,
Thank
where
you.
I want you to be little imaginative, be creative, think what you like to be, what you like to have. So on page number 55, there is a small exercise
Yes.
where I would like to request you is, first is I want you to think of your ECodes and write a story about yourself living with these ECodes a story 15 years from now. How is your life 15 years from now with these encodes?
Yeah.
So the idea is you have this encodes, or you had these encodes, and if you kept on living your life with those encodes, how your life would be 15 years from now.
Okay.
So you can write the story as long as you can, 1 page, 2 page story. Please take the liberty of thinking and writing. And the other story would be with the ECodes. Okay, now this is where I want you to take, be little more imaginative and creative, and think of, all the goodness you would like to have in your life with your ECodes. So the story will be same. The only difference is you will be writing with your ECodes. All right. And once you have completed, I would request you to read this story to us.
Yes.
So that we can also benefit what you want to be your life, for 15 years from now, with your new discovered ECodes.
Sure.
So take few moments.
Yes.
And to write the story, and then we'll get back together.
Sure.
To hear the story out.
Certainly.
All right.
Yeah. Sure.
Please, one more thing is, think of any area of your life. Like you said, wheel of life, you have 8 areas.
Yeah.
So you can pick up all areas of life and think how your life will be in those areas 15 years from now with the new ECodes.
As in the life of our family, in the life of
Everything, anything and everything. Yes, yes. Okay. So who can read his story?
I can read. I mean, shall we start with the encodes?
Yes, please go ahead with your. And if you don't mind, I would request you to please stand up.
Okay, fine.
And with energy, I want you to hear.
Of course. I cannot be having energy because I'm talking about encodes. Oh, it's very bad. To start with, I'm not interacting very much with my family and friends. Alright, the situation is very, very bad, and the communication has faltered, and then, my family isn't very happy with me. And then my career, of course, I am a retired man and I sit on the couch most of the time. Entertainment wise, I watch a lot of TV. Netflix is now upgraded into, we have this virtual reality. You say on means just in front of me the screen appears, and I just keep watching all the shitty serials, and I get involved and get angry most of the time because it's always violence.
Right.
Right. And then health has deteriorated. I keep coughing because I have some kind of problem with my body and the lungs, and I don't. I never used to be a smoker. Now I smoke a lot without my family noticing it. So
Oh my God.
everything has gone awry and not a happy life.
End quotes. So that's probably the reason your life, is in this situation, and you have decided to, attend this Incredible You program.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay, let's hear the story with ECodes.
Oh, lovely.
that was with enthusiasm.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. I just want to take this ECodes and put it in a form of chip and put it in my brain.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Living life with ECodes, no more pain, first of all.
Okay.
Life comes and goes, and God has given so much of, He has favored me with all the best things in the life. So I'm very happy person.
Okay.
All right. I enjoy my life with my grandchildren. I communicate with them a lot, help them, to understand life better than with all the experience that I have. I always communicate with my wife in the most happiest manner.
Okay.
And I take her, we go around and see the nature and enjoy life, and more into getting involved with the nature and gardening and growing flowers, and so life is just beautiful.
More fulfilling life.
More fulfilling. I have invested all my money into, and my son is taking care of my business.
Okay.
So whenever I have time, I just go and help them. You know,
Okay.
I have all along my life I have been a salesperson, so I help them, the new salespeople, free of charge.
Okay.
Help them to sell better
Great.
and communicate better, and see that our customers are most happiest in the business that we do.
Right.
And then you know, just trying to be grateful as much as possible.
Very
I
nice.
enjoy the company of my friends, my families, and my possessions, and life is just beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
So just imagine. Please have a seat. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let's give a clap to Mr. Mishtak. Yeah. So you see, just by how these N codes or E codes affect our life, especially the N codes in our previous life, and how they define our life, and how it affects in such a way that we stop living our life the way we should be living, and just by recoding ourselves, thinking of positive codes, your life starts to change. You start to enjoy your life. You become a better person.
Yes, I agree totally.
Great,
Sure.
great. So now, re-emphasizing, focusing on E-codes, keep reminding, keep repeating to yourself as many times as possible,
Yeah.
so that your brain kind of only thinks of E-codes.
Yes.
And whenever you think of an N code, your brain immediately shifts and then move you to E-code, and you come
True.
bounce back and come out of
Yes.
that negative mind state which is affecting you. Great. I'm
Thank
very
you.
happy to hear this story, Mr. Mushtaq.
My pleasure.
And this brings us to the end of our second phase, second step of Incredible You program. In our next session, we will start discussing what is called as Outcome Plus.
Yes.
That is where the real action will start now.
Brilliant.
After discovering, ourselves, who we are, why we are the way we are, etc., we'll move on to the next step.
Agreed.
So I look forward and have a great week ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
for your
Thank
time.
you.
Yeah, really
Great,
appreciate
great.
that. Thank you so much.
Sir.
Sure.
Thank
Thank you, Gulnar.
Thank you.